When we were considering school options, the most important part to us was that we wanted to make sure that our kids were in a Christian education.
The values that are instilled in the program were very evident when I met with the director of the program.
What's great about that is that comes through in every facet of the school. The kids feel that. The kids learn that. It's just who they become, and so they get to see that example of what it's like to actually care for somebody, what it's actually like to pour yourself and your love into somebody. That is the best starting point that you can have.
She'll come home and randomly start singing a faith-based song out loud, and it just, hearing that from the other room, melts your heart in a way as a father.
As soon as I walked through the doors, I could feel the love, the caringness, and also just how well put the program is.
When you come in and you say, oh, something just feels really right about this. And I think as soon as we came to Calvary, when we walked the hallways, we met the teachers, we met leadership, I think we just had that feeling that it felt like home and it felt like the right place for our children.
The first time I remember dropping Kyle, our middle daughter, off. She was timid and shy like myself, gets nervous and has some anxiety. But Miss Corsi came to the door.
She put her arms around Kyle and she got down on the floor and she just hugged Kyle and just made her just feel right at home.
And that was something that was super special that I still remember to this day.
The whole well-being of a child, whether it's spiritual, emotional, educational, those types of things with learning. I think overall just being well-rounded at Calvary. Academically, I can speak to our kids right away in kindergarten learned how to read so quickly.
The Christian core value part of it is important. But if they weren't getting a good education, then that box wouldn't be checked for us.
What was really neat was that academically, he was advancing and progressing really well. And so it was, while we were focused on the core values of what he would be taught, we also saw tremendous academic progress as well.
We have 3 very different children, and I think just the way they help customize and accommodate our children, I think it exceeded any of our expectations.
One of the things that I love about Calvary is not only does the staff pour into them, but they're always, the resources that they have, they're not limited on the amount of resources. A lot of times you go to public schools and they don't have the resources, unfortunately, that kids need, so that way they could really, have that full experience. And although it's a classroom setting, you want some, level of classroom, there's also that one-on-one, like what does this kid need? And so the teachers really start to learn that from each kid, and so they can help the kids no matter where they are, help them to learn and grow. And I think that's important for the academic growth.
I loved that in the classroom, my kid had 12 kids in the kindergarten. I just think the customized and small room approach really helped our kids exceed, especially from kindergarten through 2nd grade.
Every year we reevaluate, is this a school that we want to continue with next year?
And every single time we do that, we always land on the same answer, which is yes.
We've just seen the fruit that has come out of it in both our children.
Every year we choose Calvary. We even go so far to ask our kids, hey, where do you want to go? And they also pick Calvary Christian. Not only do we feel, yes, we pick Calvary year after year, but our kids also pick it.